2.
Hello, my divine, infinite human beings. You're all that is, ever has been, and ever, ever, ever shall be. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Elizabeth Monroy. I'm your host for the next hour. And today we are discussing what is ascension. I don't know why I've got to back up here. Okay, this is the second. Okay, I'm getting an echo.
I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause our recording here. Let's start over. All right.
Sure, why I'm getting.
All right. I'm gonna mute myself and then talk and see if you hear an echo.
Okay, sorry guys, we're having some technical issues on the mic.
You might be getting echo if you have your StreamYard volume up. It might be playing on your computer while you're talking at the same time.
Okay, well, do I have to turn my volume down then? Okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it sounded good on my end. I'll go ahead and catch you back in here. Okay. All right. Go ahead and begin in 4, 3.
It seems to be working now. Okay. All right. Sorry about the technical problems. Here we go again. Take 2. By the way, these are practice sessions for for the live, which will be starting next Monday at 8 o'clock. We'll be going live on Voice America and also streaming live. So, oh, you divine, infinite human beings, you're all that is, ever has been, and ever shall be. Your divine, infinite love, your divine, infinite source, your divine, infinite truth. And just take a minute from your busy schedule to just reconnect. And even if you're driving or busy, you can just do it. You don't have to close your eyes or go into a deep meditative trance, but just take a minute to just check inside internally and take a nice deep breath, breathing in and exhaling peace, 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 and slowing yourself down, slowing the brain down, slowing the busyness down, breathing in and exhale, love, love. And one more time, breathing in, I am, and exhaling, infinite, 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 infinite. And deep inside of you, just feel that spark of divinity, of divine, infinite source that burns bright within you at all times. It is the infinite power of God's source that is always there, always with you. And just remember to stay connected to it. And for the next hour, I hope you can stay with me. We will be discussing what is ascension, the real meaning behind it. And I'm going to give you, my opinion, and it's all based on my book, The Infinite Human, which is downloaded information. But please take only what resonates. And I always want to encourage you to only take the positive things that empower you and that connect you with source and that help you to remember what a divine, infinite, amazing human being you are. So today we're going to talk about ascension, and I also will be taking some questions if you want to write them in, if I can see them. Great. So what is ascension? What is ascension? It's been starting to find its way, this word ascension, into mainstream, believe it or not, which I'm actually thrilled about because for years, when I back in the day, first called it transmutation on the ancient alchemical premise of Western mysticism, but it's also called God realization. in the Eastern philosophies. And of course, we have the context for it within our very, very poorly translated, severely edited, and actually hijacked version of what was the truth, which we call the Bible, because the Bible is based on sacred documents, the Mahabharata documents, emerald records, ancient texts about the true history of our planet, the ascension mechanics, and the Christic sciences of how the universe is put together, the fabric of creation. And it's very, very detailed information that was unfortunately it's been given to us many, many times, but every time it comes and it gets into a written form, first of all, it's hidden all over the place. And what we see, the bits and pieces of it are like we've the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Enoch, the Nagamate scrolls found in Egypt just most recently, and we're finding bits and pieces of it of this truth all over the planet because unfortunately, whenever it was written down, the Catholic Church especially would kill people for it, and most of those documents that are proof of the things that I'm saying, the things that we all know our hearts of hearts, the truth we are all, as we ascend, we're able to remember, because it's stored not only in scrolls outside of us, but also in documents that have been written down and hidden all over the place. They were hidden from the Catholic Church, basically the Templars, Knights. I just came back from Malta, from all the forces that to this day they go by many different names, but they would go into cultures and they would burn, for example, the ancient library of Alexandria with all this information stored in it. And all this information now lies under the Vatican in about 50 miles worth of hermetically sealed library. So it's all there. It's just not for our viewing. So we're getting it through speakers who are downloading the information. Yeshua 12, who was the true Christ, who had 12 strands, which means he was ascended being, like the Christ you see, ascending. He was born that way within that non-corrupted, non-downgraded physical body. So he was able to do the miracles that have been prescribed to him. And he also had the information intact. So he wrote this down and he gave them to the Essenes, who passed them down from one Christian community to another, to the Cathars. But all these Christian communities were invaded, were slaughtered, and these documents were stolen. So the truth is very difficult to get to, but as you ascend, as you raise your frequency, as you reconstruct your 12 strands of DNA, you are able to remember this, so not to worry. But back to ascension. So in the Bible, we see ascension attributed to one man, the Son of God, the one and only Son of God, a male called Jesus. And we see all these kind of, I live in Catholic world, Italy, so every day I'm inundated by either crucifixions or sometimes I'm lucky to see the Ascension art, which is usually Christ Jesus figure in white robes or in clouds or in I guess you would say luminoso body, a light body, crossed up light body, corpus Christus. It's not something you eat. It's something we all have. So the church, most churches would have you believe that only one person came here, he did it, he died, he ascended on the right hand of God the Father Almighty or something like that. And that's all we know in our recorded history, not the real history of what ascension is. So, and we also have some esoteric information about alchemists who call this the great work of ascension. And it's transmutation, and it has the symbol of transmuting lead into gold, or really the carbon body, the carbon-based downgraded body, the meat body, which we inhabit now, many of us, into a diamond body or a crystalla body. So, with all these hints that we have all around us, and in the Eastern philosophy, it's really coming to the realization that we are one, God realized, to realize that God is everything, as well as you, and we're all interconnected. And of course, if you get into the Tibetan, they talk about a rainbow body, okay, a rainbow body. So these are the breadcrumbs that we have, and you can find these. You know, if you get on your Google or something, you can Google these terms and find get so far with that. But I'm going to take us a little bit further about ascension and the fact that we are in an ascension cycle right now. So I'm not getting any questions here, so I'm just going to keep going. But next week I will be live and you can call in and ask a question. But right now, okay, so we're going to talk about ascension. What is the, as we say here in Catholic land, Corpus Christi, the Christ body? What is it really? Okay, you've heard of the 666, the beast body, slaying the beast body with light. So there's the light body, and then there's the carbon body. It's a dark body. It's a shadow body. It's a body that's been downgraded. And there's a lot of mechanisms that have been put into place. And Ashiana Dean talks a lot about them in her book, The Voyager. Lisa Renee talks about them on her website, Energetic Synthesis. I talk about it in my book, The Infinite Human, the shadow body, to some extent. But there are overlays that have been placed in our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies to keep us reversed in reverse cycles rather than a crystalla spiral spiraling back upwards towards source. It keeps us actually on the Fibonacci, not chi, not energy, of a death spiral spiraling down. Hence, okay, so let me just say this. The true Corpus Christi, the true Christ crystalla body, is a luminoso body, much more etheric in nature than the one we have, than our gross anatomy. It is a body that is able to manifest things immediately, work with the elements, create fire, electricity, walk on water, whatever you want to say. All these miracles that were attributed to Christ. These are normal things. These are normal things that we, before the fall, okay, and we have the fall in the Bible, even out of the Garden of Eden, but it was much more than that. But before the fall, before our bodies were downgraded into reversals, okay, lots of these reversals, Metatronic reversals, reverse gadgets, all kinds of reversals that were placed and our DNA downgraded. We had 12 strands of DNA. We had a beautiful, like, tree of life, 12 Zephyrah, 12 structure that was made up of crystalline. We had crystalline. We didn't have iron in our blood. We had crystalline. We weren't carbon-based. We were diamond-based. We were diamond-based because we resonated with the universe. Now we have a very co-opted pineal that has, and I refer to it as the Philosopher's Stone, and which is what Michelangelo also did in his artwork, that he was an alchemist. And it is a crystalline structure, but that's the remnants. But we were truly a crystalline structure of a very, and we were also plasma, rainbow plasma. Okay, that was our inner creation, and our external creation was a color grid, and I don't want to get too technical on you right now, but we were a lot different. We didn't age. Okay, we didn't age. We didn't dis-ease. We didn't have dis-ease. We didn't die. We might leave our vehicle if we no longer needed it and we were moving to somewhere else to inhabit another vehicle, but we were still human, so we were infinite, we were multidimensional, and our body was, about the age of 33, much more refined, lighter, more luminoso, um, and it was good. If you can imagine that, that's good, and that's where we are going. That's what ascension is, to return. It's really a return to reclaim what was taken from us, what was stolen from us. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, I've got it. I'm getting messages here. So okay, so I'm gonna just wrap that up because we're gonna take a short break here. But that was the kind of body we had. We had a Kristalla body, which is what this is Krystala, Kristall, okay, A-L, Kristall, and that was the Christic teachings, that was the Christ body. It was truly, that's what Christ comes from, Kristalla, okay? And we were crystal beings because we resonated in attunement and one-ment with the entire universe. We were multidimensional, so we could reach our consciousness in and out, of us, and that was our state of, as divine angelic beings. And yes, we did have wings, plasma wings. So so that is what Ascension is really returning, reclaiming our birthright of having that. All right. So when we get back, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to take a short break. I want to talk to you about why now? And why now? What we're in the age of Aquarius, not the zodiac sign, and we're also in an ascension cycle. So there's a lot going on, and we're in the most amazing time, unprecedented time in any history. So it's a very exciting time to be alive. There's a lot of good news, although I know it's very challenging because we are going from like point zero to up. Bodies are shifting and changing. Consciousness is shifting and changing, and we're going through growing pains. But it's all good. It's all God, and I've got some really good news for you about the times we're living in, and some choices that you're being faced with right now. So we're in really turbulent times. So you can weather the storm, and make some very wise choices as as we face 2023 and 2024, okay? Because it's the best of times and it's the worst of times. Depends on what timeline you're on, what flash sequence you're moving into. So, and if you have any questions, I'm going to try to look at them in the text box now. Um, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a short break. Please return as we will be discussing what and the ascension cycle is and how it is affecting not only our Mother Earth, but our bodies, our organic physical bodies, physical, mental, emotional bodies that are all very connected to our Mother Earth. Right? So this is a very important time that we're in, and we're going to be talking about that after the short break. All right. Okay, so I went ahead and took a short break there because I couldn't see your minute. All right, we're on a break.
Oh, yeah,
So,
we're clear. We're on break. Sorry, I was on mute there. Yeah, so I'm just going to save this and then we'll go back into segment 2. Right. And I was still hearing a little bit of like your sound kind of going in and out a little bit.
okay, so for you who are here. I'm taking a short break because this is being recorded for Voice America, and it's a live stream. And I will be live streaming this not all the time though, because some of the discussions, in fact, I'm moving away from YouTube and Facebook because they censor so much. So a lot of the conversations we will be having will not be live streamed. So please, if you're enjoying this, go to voiceamerica.com and look for the Empathy Human Talk Show on the Empowerment Channel. And I will be live every Monday at 6 p.m. Rome time. That's 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time, and I guess 12 East Coast time, wherever you're at. So just see it accordingly. And we'll be taking these breaks, and you'll actually be hearing, we have some um, voiceovers playing, and that will happen when we're live. And they'll also be telling you a number that you can call in on if you want to make a comment, if you want to ask a question. Please, I really encourage that. So just be aware of that.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
So,
Test. Hello. Can you hear me okay?
okay, ready to do a welcome back in.
Can you hear Elizabeth? Can you hear me?
Yes. No, I can't hear you because I turned the volume down. Okay. Yes. No, I can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go ahead and catch you back in then, if you can hear me. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Wait, hang on just a minute, Matt. We got a problem with this because it echoes. What am I going to do? Because I want to be able to
Yeah,
hear
you can't have your StreamYard playing on your own computer when you're recording. Does that make sense? You can't be playing that in the
volume on?
background. I mean, you could if you could mute the StreamYard versus turning on your computer, that would be great. I mean,
I mean, I
not
can't hear
your
you.
microphone, but like that's why you generally won't have that in the background playing on your own computer. Can you hear me? Elizabeth, can you hear me?
Yes, but you're echoing like crazy. I
Right,
can
because
hear you. I can
you
hear you. Oh,
okay.
you're echoing.
Yeah, headphones would help.
Okay, I'll get them. Okay, I'll use them next time. I got them. I just didn't bring them. Okay, it didn't happen before. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now.
I'll catch you in here segment 2.
Hello, and welcome back to the Infinite Human Talk Show. I'm Elizabeth Monroy. I'm your host, and today we're talking about what is ascension really? It's become almost a pop term now, so it's kind of gotten sensational. It's kind of gotten hijacked, I think, a lot. So, first of all, I was talking about what the true Christ or crystal body is, and how it's 12 strands of DNA, and it has a silicon base, which is a crystal base, and it's really a transmutation of your carbon body into a double diamond, 12-stranded Kathara grid, and that's the external creation. It's also a internal plasma rainbow frequency, kind of like what you would see. That's your plasma body. That's your highest body. Would, that we of right now, and we're working with right now. That's why I'm bringing it up. And that is kind of what you would see if you've ever seen the movie Cocoon. They were kind of in like plasma type bodies, flying around. So, but now we're going to talk about a little bit about ascension cycle. Why now? Why is this happening now? Okay, yes, ascension is the fad, but whenever there's a fad, you got to look deeper and see what's the science behind it, what's really, really happening behind all this. So, what's happening is that we're in an ascension cycle, and in my book, The Infinite Human right? I talk a lot about the ascension cycle and the Darwinian cycles, which have been written about by Swaryutaswar, the guru of Para Yogananda, in his book, The Holy Sciences. And it has to do with Hugo's, the time that we're in. And we also talk, of course, a lot about the age of Aquarius, all right? So I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. We're the dawning of the age of Aquarius, when love steers the stars, and so it's a timing thing. It is a timing thing. Although I want to just say briefly, in the vast, infinite scope of things, there is no time. Okay, everything is happening simultaneously, but the illusion of time is created through flash sequences, and everything is flashing at different sequences. And if you to understand, to get the visual image of what I'm talking about, think of a marquee where it looks like it's moving when the light bulbs are flashing, on someone's name and the lights, and then you might see waves of, red, blue, green, whatever flashing. It's not really moving, but it looks like it is because of flash sequences. That is how scientifically the illusion of time is created, and meanings and realities that exist, they're existing simultaneously with us. Also, other identities that we call past lives are all simultaneously occurring, but they're just occurring in different flash sequences. So they're not visible to our eye, which has a very limited spectrum of light, which we can see. So it's all happening. It's all there. Especially for me, I love to visit ancient sites, and sometimes I bump into myself, and I just feel, oh, that's me. And a lot of times it's very healing. Some healing old traumas that occurred to me. But so, with that said, though, we do create this illusion of time, or I call in my first chapter story. We create story to learn from, to grow from. And in our time matrix, which is made up of 5 different universes and 15 different dimensions, we have had quite a story. We have trillions of years of history. And our Earth too, right now, okay, in its cycle, its ecliptical cycle around just like we orbit around our own solar sun, we also orbit cosmically and, galactically around a great central sun. And that is referred to as the crossing, the Great Crossing. And we have now entered a photonic belt, okay, which is the science is just now discovering this photonic belt. And it's discovering, it is discovering that these photons are the highest, most condensed form of light known. So think this plasma photonic light, it's also emanating from the great sun to all the other suns, to our binary sun. We have 2 suns, and to the suns that are reflected, that are aligning and sending this rainbow plasma frequencies, this photonic high density uh, amplifications of light into to our earth, into us, into our mother earth, and into us. And as I said before the break, our bodies are deeply connected with our mother earth, that in the organic world, in the true history before we were co-opted, we were one. We understood. We lived with the law of one. And I talked about the goddesses returning from Malta in my last broadcast. We were deeply connected. We knew our mother provided everything for us, and we respected and gave back to her. So we are in an organic ascension cycle. With that said, we also are in the age of Aquarius, not the zodiac, but we have been in a fallen time matrix. Okay, in this time matrix, of trillions of years was infected by a parallel fallen universe, the Bour's, okay, and and it has seeped in and has created all kinds of conflicts. And it culminated probably for us when our true earth, where we lived as divine, angelic, infinite human beings, Tara was pulled through a black hole into our fallen harmonic universe, which we are now moving out of. But built into this huge trauma, okay, just look at it as one of those, stories that just keeps getting worse. And it has. And many of us, have, oh, for so long we've walked around saying, where is God? How can God let these things happen? How can little children be abused and neglected and sexually abused? How can, these horrible, satanic, diabolical people be in charge of the planet throughout history? It reads like a Godfather novel, even worse. The history of the royals, of the kings and queens of England. I mean, I just watched Braveheart, and then I looked at the real history about how William Wallace was dissected in front of him. He had his, anyway, I don't want to go into that because it's just the things that have been done on this planet. It couldn't get much worse. So, with that said, there is outside of our whole time matrix, in a whole nother akasha, a whole nother quadrant, let's say, of this infiniteness, a a time matrix beyond time, beyond the beyond, of very evolved beings who live, of course, in harmony, and no type of infection has injured them. They were they could not deviate from the unity, love, consciousness. It was not even in their coding. It was impossible. These are very amazingly evolved beings that were the healers that were called upon when other time matrices got into trouble. And because they knew that if something was not done, our whole time matrix would be lost, would be pulled into a parallel universe and fed upon by parasitic entities. And and our consciousness would have been lost. Our consciousness would have been lost. We would have returned, but as space does, we would have lost all the stories. Okay, let's just say we have no stories. When we go back home, we turn home to the divine source. We turn home to our family, to our divine families. We return home with knowledge, with learning. It's a beautiful reunion. It's the hero's journey of the hero returning back to his tribe with the elixir of life. All that would have been lost. So they created a fail-safe program so that if things got so bad that it just wouldn't autocorrect itself. And believe me, they've been trying to autocorrect this for eons, millions upon billions of years. All right. So the fail-safe program was this special, like, fail-safe, save it all. And the good news is, all right, this is amazing news. It was kicked in 2012. That's what all the calendars, the Mayan calendar, was talking about. They said the end times, the end of the world, the end times in the Bible. And it is the end times. It's the end times for the fallen angelics. Because no more are we going to be able to be parasited off of. No more will evil be able to rule. And this is all, it's not, some of it got into the revelations, but, it kind of got co-opted there too. So pay attention. But the truth is, we are in a fail-safe program, and there's a bridge, a beautiful rainbow crystal river hosting that is coming now from the Aquaria time matrix to ours, that is helping us reset, as I call it, reset to the infinite. And this beautiful crystal whole plasma energy, the high frequencies are bathed our earth. And our earth, our mother, has chosen to return to its status because it was not an ascension planet. But our earth has chosen to return and be a ascension planet. So it is ascending and healing and re-bringing back its fragmented parts that have been scattered throughout the multiverse. And it's reconstructing Eartha, Tara, and onto Gaia, so it can continue its ascension process. And the secret is that many of you who are awakening now, and I know many of you, and that's why I'm doing these broadcasts, because some of you have had no, you might not have even been spiritual because you've been hidden out of sight until now. And right now, you are being activated by my words, activated by all types of things. And you may be, it's like coming out of a coma. And you might not know who you are, but many of you, not all, but many of you, us, are these highly evolved beings from Aquaria who have come here at this time for this very thing to help the earth ascend and heal and return and help humanity to make wise choices so they can organically ascend back, back home in alignment with divine infinite source. So that's the story, all right? Okay. So in a few minutes, we're going to take another break. And the last part of this I want to talk about, because it's very important, because what's happening now is that everyone has the opportunity to ascend. So if you're human, if you're organic, not everybody on the planet is, but the fallen angelics, I just call them, the dark forces who are not infinite, they are finite, which means they have severed themselves up from the divine of life, divine infinite source, and they must parasitically feed off of others. And they've been in charge of the planet and and the fallen our universes that we've been encapsulated in. And they've lowered the frequencies of us through metatronic reversals, through all kinds of artificial intelligence, artificial technology to co-opt the divine technology which we all have inside of ourselves. So they are trying to collect as much of their quantum, of many souls as they can, to pull with them down into their descending, fallen parallel universes. So it's very important to be wise in your choices now so you can make sure you get on the ascending timeline and not the descending timeline where you're not going anywhere. You're going to be free. All right. So I hope this helps. It's not to scare you because everything goes home. Even if you're space dust and you go home without your stories, without your memories, without your, CD play tag or whatever. But it's an exciting time. And those that choose the life, choose Kristalla life, returning back to the source, are going to experience joy, love, abundance. And those that are being co-opted onto the timeline are going to just see things get really, really bad. And I don't want that for you, but you have free will. So we're going to just take a short break here in a minute. Looking at my countdown here. But again, if you're just joining me, if you could I'm doing a lot of things right now, but if you put your questions in the text, I'll try to get to them. All right. So when we get back, we'll be discussing the two doors, the two timelines, artificial co-opted ascension, which is not ascension at all, the fake ascension, which is ascension, word ascension, okay, the true ascension, which is inward, doing the inward work, and reconnect with divine infinite source. All right, and we're going to just give you some pointers about, how to make your free will, but just to get some insights about how to make wise choices. Okay, and I'll talk to you in just a few minutes.
All right, we are clear.
Okay.
All right. And Elizabeth, I want to test something here. So, where is your StreamYard streaming to? Do you have it streaming to like another place like Facebook or something like that? Can you hear me, Elizabeth?
It's echoing so bad. It's YouTube and Facebook.
Okay,
I can,
you have those open on your computer as well, the YouTube and Facebook.
yeah, they're open right now, but
Okay, that's where the echo is coming from. You have to mute those places. So the sound is coming back to you from YouTube and Facebook. You have to mute those.
okay, I closed them. Can you hear me?
Yep, can you hear me?
And there's no echo. You're right. Okay, so you just taught me something. I cannot have those open. I can. They're streaming now, but I can't have them open while I'm doing this. So okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you for the troubleshooting there. Okay, well that's why I'm doing this, so I don't do it when I start the live program. These are just recordings, so I can, you know, put them on later or
Just some
not.
tests. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so that's
That's what it
gone, so
is.
that's good. All right, and if you're ready for segment 3, the final segment.
Okay, great.
All right, I'll catch you in here. All right, starting in 4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the Infinite Human Talk Show. I'm your host, Elizabeth Monroy, and we've been discussing ascension. What is it really? And we also were discussing the ascension cycle that we're now in. And as I spoke about in the first segment, ascension is returning to your true Christic, Christalla body, your divine angelic body, Corpus Christi. You know, it's not something, a wafer that you eat. It's actually a 12-stranded double diamond plasma rainbow body. And we are and we are in an ascension cycle, so that it's becoming so much easier every day, but it's very challenging because it requires us to do what I call inward ascension, which is you have to deal with a huge detox of everything that your carbon based, downgraded, metatronically reversed, hijacked meat bodies have accumulated throughout all your different past lives or alternate identities. So it's a lot of purging and a lot of shadow work. And if you're not doing, you know, a lot of people think ascension is just, oh, you know, poof, solar flash, I'm there. Or, you know, in the Catholic world where I live in religion, you know, they think, you know, you just are going to, you know, the day of judgment and Jesus will come and take your hand up into heaven and, you know, you'll sit on the right side of God the Father Almighty. So it requires inner work and it requires wise choices. But, you know, if you look at the fallen angelics, the dark sides, they're always trying to co-opt you into, it usually sounds too good to be true. All right. Now, I did say we're in an ascension cycle. So everything is ascending that's organic. Our Mother Earth is ascending. Our organic bodies are ascending. The frequencies are coming in and they're ascending. And here's a part that I'm going to have to be careful with because I am live streaming this on Facebook and YouTube. So I may get censored. But I'm going to try to, and again, if you're hearing this on a replay, or if you're listening to this, I will be doing this live on Voice America starting October 9th, a week from today. It will be going live, and so you can hear it there, and it's uncensored. But there are two. What are the ascensions that a lot of people are thinking that they can do? And perhaps they don't even know what ascension is, but they're just thinking, wow, I can live forever, ever if I, you know, get into a artificial body. Oh, wow. You know, I can do anything with, you know, implants in my brain. You know, I can do anything through artificial intelligence. And I will say right now, it seems very obvious, but artificial is artificial. It's fake. AI means artificial intelligence. And it is being offered, in fact, shoved down our throats right now because it's the bad copy of our divine technology. Now, I know people are like, yeah, but I can flip on a light and I have electricity. I can, turn on my burner and get fire. I can, you know, get in my car, drive anywhere. Technology is great, and I'm not saying don't use it. It's a stepping stone, but the good stuff's coming, and we need to develop. We need to flex those muscles because our divine technology is starting to come online, and it's just part of restoring our divine blueprint, our divine template, our Kristalla template, which is also reconstructing our 12 strands of DNA. These that we think are miracles, we think they're magicians or wizards or people that have magic, or we thought the Christ, who created these miracles, but those were part of our normal daily lives of learning, of knowing how to work with the elements, knowing how to command, not command like you have to obey me, but command in the sense of summon and worship is working for or working with earth, fire, akasha, water, the elements, the Deva spirits. We knew this. It was intuitive and intrinsic within our encrypted into our divine templates, which are now coming back online. So patience. Don't sell out for the artificial. Wait for the good stuff. Likewise, they're feeding you artificial food. I'm American, but I live in Sicily because I can't eat the food in America. It is morphine, transhumanizing. We want to transmute, not transhumanize into something artificial. And we want to connect with the infinite, not to the internet. A net is finite. It's something that contains people. All right. And I know there's a huge movement, and even the ascension people, the spiritual people are thinking everything is going to be solved with like it's with AI. Now it's not AI, it's quantum computers. Well, that's AI, guys. It's not real. And I listened to one of the most incredible Japanese scientists. I forget his name, but I have his book, and he did an interview about quantum computers. He said, quantum computers, they don't compute logically, they compute, they go out in many, many pathways and find the correct answer like that. And then he said, but the most advanced computer that exists, is in existence, is the human brain. And we haven't even learned how to use it. We use what, 2-3% on a good day. But that's because we've been downgraded. We're coming back online. And our brain is really a Kristalla structure that can serve the infinite. You're a multidimensional being. So you're able to acquire information not by, through Google God, whatever, but through downloads, I call them cosmic downloads from infinite source, just by allowing your crown chakra, reattaching your own organic SIM card, your pineal, your philosopher's stone, and start to exercise that. Now people aren't even exercising it. We used to like try to use our internal navigations of north, south, east, west, and get a sense of where we were going. We might have used maps, but we could kind of tell east, west. It's like we're having artificial voices, and I do it too. Although it's all wrong in Sicily, so it doesn't work because Siri will tell you to turn left, which is supposed to turn right. So and it's a good thing. So now, will these artificial mechanisms of the Elon, the muskrat there that's put this satellite fence around us, and then the 5G, EMF waves that are deterrent to organic life, are they going to sustain? Right now they're lowering the frequencies, okay, and those that are getting I won't censor when I get on America, but those that have, been doing the modern medicine that has connected them to, this hive-minded technology that is now present in our planet, and are becoming more and more mechanized, which has been the agenda of DARPA, the military branch of the United States government, which is weaponized technology. So it has control over the minds and bodies of people. And that's what Delgado, who was the head of it. Anyway, this is all in my book, The Infinite Human. So the choices are really, organic or artificial, stay organic. And part of the job now of the Aquarians, not the zodiac sign, but the true Aquarians that have so many of us who have come to the planet now, is to help guide the Mother Earth, to help her move through this, because she is going to throw off all this AI that as the plasma frequencies augment and she ascends, really becomes an ascension planet. She is ascension planet. It's going to throw this off. So we need to have, like, what I'm thinking is eco villages, communities that are grounded in our Mother Earth, that are grounded in real food. We grow organic food. We have human contact, and we're developing our own technologies. We're developing our own healthy ways of moving about the planet, so we don't have to be shoved into like little airplanes and put on, there's travel right now is becoming so difficult and so it really destroys your health, when you have to be in this in all this radiation and eat all this kind of airplane food and stuff. And I fly from one part of the Europe to America often, and it really takes me a lot to recuperate. So we want to find eco villages and strategic high energy dragon nodes, dragon eggs, where the ley lines intersect, and they're very powerful areas around the planet, so we can bathe ourselves and remain connected and be part of this living, ascending energy, and move away from a lot of the smart cities, that are being more and more overrun with the artificial EMF waves and all that low frequency technological artificial intelligence. It's just like in your face so much you can't even hear yourself think. You can't even tune into the divine infinite source within you. So I have to go into those places many times for my jobs, and we all do, but is that a place we really want to live, we really want to be part of? So the choices, and also I know a lot of people are running for the digital putting all their energy, money, wealth into the digital. I don't care what you call it. Crypto is a place where dead things stay, death, crypto. And I understand that there's a huge, and it's part of us. We use credit cards, we use digital stuff, it's just there. But do you want to be solely dependent on that and have the powers that control the net, the internet, decide where and when and how and if you can, access your energy? Because it's all energy, money, energy. It's energy, and it's an exchange of energy. So there's a lot of work to be done. So I wanted to talk about ascension, but I also wanted to talk about, and in my book, it's the ascension and the co-creators of the new infinite earth. So it's time to wake up, come out of the dream, of the coma, remember who you are, remember where you came from, why you're here, what your soul mission is, and get busy co-creating something outside of the system. I think most people, and I did most of the chapters in my book talk about how messed up everything is. The governments, the school educational systems, the medical systems, the religious systems, they're all based on the fallen, unascended, downward descending earth in that history. And it's been in a time loop. We've been not in the ascension of the affinity, but we've been in a Mobius strip. So it's time to redirect things, which is why I'm starting this Voice America, and I'm talking to you every Monday. And I want to welcome people to come on if they have something to say about this, to share this with other people, to help people to wake up to who they are, how infinitely powerful they are, and to start doing things different outside of the system, to not be like a little fishy caught in the net that's going around us, but to ground ourselves in our Mother Earth organically and eat from her, build from her, work with her as she ascends and we ascend with her. So that's the message. Thank you so much for joining me. And please tune in next Monday at 6 p.m. Rome time. And if you have any questions, you can call or you can email me at Infinite Human Productions. And my website's right there, www.infinitehuman.com. So you can subscribe to my newsletter. And I really want to hear from you so much. This was mine. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And I'm so happy to hope you will join my Infinite Human family and imagineer a new infinite earth into existence. Thank you so much, and ciao for now.
All right, nicely done. All clear.
Okay, thank you so much for telling me
welcome.
about that. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, so yeah, just going forward, just if you have it in the background on your computer, you just have to make sure that the sound's not coming from that source. Otherwise, you get the echo.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you, Matt. Bye.
All right, you're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.